Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris, man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. Today I'm going to kind of do a fun video, and this is entitled some of my all-time favorite R&B guitar solos. So here we go, and keep in mind, this is just my choices. This is not the best of. So, I'm going to get a ton of comments down there. What happened to this guy? Why is this guy on the list? So here we go. The first on the list is Rick James, a song called When Your Love Is Gone. And I mentioned this song about maybe a week ago in another video. And, my favorite ballad by Rick James. And the guitar solo is just, it's awesome because it captures the mood of the song. Because the song is a heartfelt song as far as him conveying his love for his wife. And it's actually a true story, his ex-wife Kelly. And how, the bitter end was the bitter end and they had to go their separate ways. And the guitar solo to me reflected the pain. It's a beautiful song. When you get a chance to listen to it, it's off the Fired Up album. So check it out. Next on my list is Mother's Finest, Love Changes. Now, who doesn't love that solo? I mean, it's a classic. It's a classic song, And a lot of people ask me, well, why don't people do solos and songs these days? Because half the people can't play. And I'm not knocking or trying to be negative, but the players of yesterday, there's no comparison to the players of yesterday versus today, A lot is just not required anymore in R&B music. And it ain't quote unquote the artist's fault. It's just somewhere down the line, somebody or a group of people or something lowered the standards of R&B music or just music in general, So that's why you don't hear any great solos anymore. Nobody really can play like that no more. It's what's required these days are just really simple 1 or 2 chord songs rocking back and forth. That's about it. But getting back to the list. Next on the list is Earth, Wind & Fire, That's the Way of the World. Johnny Graham's guitar solo on that song is just beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful song. Next on my list is Slave Slide. Now, what's interesting about that, that's one of my all-time favorite guitar solos. And it's a rock solo in an R&B song. And I found out, a couple of years ago that the guy that did the solo at the time was like 17. It's like, that's amazing. Somebody at that age cranking out something that tough. When I was 17, I was delivering papers and learning the guitar, So next on my list is T Connection, You Get the Best of My Love. Beautiful song, one of my all-time favorite ballads. And the solo in that song is beautiful too. There's another solo in a T Connection song called Playing Games, and really nice solo too. But I tend to lean towards the ballad solos because they just more heartfelt type of solos. So next on my list is, and this is kind of an obscure one, Manchild. Back in the 70s, there's a group called Manchild, and actually Babyface started in that group. He was like maybe 17, 18 years old when he was in that group. And it's a song called Especially for You. It was real big in the house party set back in the 70s. It was like a stepper song, when they played it at the clubs, or should I say these little basement parties, people step. Really nice ballad, and it has one of the most unique guitar solos because the guy that's playing the guitar solo, he's not using a pentatonic scale, he's kind of using a jazz scale in an R&B slow song. And if I had to choose my all-time favorite guitar solo, that one would be the one. So check it out. It's a group called Manchild. And the name of the song is Especially for You. I actually did a bass cover of that song because I love that song. Just love it. Okay, next on the list is Cameo, I Like, off of the Knights of the Round Table album. As we know, Cameo is just one of the all-time funkiest groups ever. I love groups that can hit you hard with the dance stuff and then turn around and break you down with the ballads. They had a knack of being balanced in both, because a lot of groups are maybe a little more heavy on the dance thing or a little more heavy on the ballad. But Cameo was just a well-balanced group that they could do both extremely well. So that's one of my favorite guitar solos. I like it. And Prince, Bambi, Prince tore it up. That was one serious solo, And last on the list is SOS, Take Your Time. Who said that a guitar solo had to be just one single note. So that was more or less of a rhythm solo. And I remember in the teenage, when I was in high school, we used to play that song all the time and win the talent shows. So there's my list of my favorite, or some of my favorite, R&B guitar solos. And until next time, take care. Thanks for watching.